Let's think together how Ireland will be affected by the US elections. Who exactly, Biden and Trump, will specifically have what impact on the development of Ireland? Who should we root for? The upcoming US presidential election will have significant implications for Ireland. A second Trump presidency would likely be detrimental to Ireland's economic interests, as Trump has historically been critical of globalization and has taken an adversarial stance towards US allies like Ireland. In contrast, a Biden presidency would likely maintain and even deepen the traditionally close US-Ireland relationship. Under a Trump administration, Ireland could face increased trade barriers and economic uncertainty, as Trump has shown a willingness to pursue protectionist policies that could negatively impact Ireland's export-driven economy. Additionally, Trump's skepticism of international institutions and multilateral cooperation could undermine Ireland's ability to advance its interests on the global stage. Conversely, a Biden presidency would likely be more favorable for Ireland. Biden has a long history of supporting US-Ireland ties and has pledged to strengthen the relationship if elected. He is expected to take a more cooperative approach to foreign policy, which could benefit Ireland's economic and political interests. Ultimately, the choice between Biden and Trump represents a stark contrast in their approaches to foreign policy and international cooperation. How might a Biden presidency influence Ireland's economic policies? A Biden presidency could have significant implications for Ireland's economic policies, particularly in the areas of corporate taxation and trade relations with the United States. One of the key concerns for Ireland is Biden's proposed 21% minimum tax rate on American firms' overseas profits. This could undermine Ireland's 12.5% corporate tax rate, which has been a major factor in attracting hundreds of US companies to establish operations in the country. France and Germany have long criticized Ireland's low tax rate as unfairly luring away US investment from the wider EU market. However, Biden's Irish heritage and personal connection to the country may temper the impact of his tax proposals. As a senator, Biden played a role in fostering US involvement in the Northern Ireland peace process in the 1980s and 90s. Defending the Good Friday Agreement and preserving peace in Northern Ireland is a top priority for the Biden administration. During his visit to Ireland, Biden is expected to discuss how the US can support Northern Ireland's economic potential. He may also emphasize the strong partnership between the two nations and the importance of the Irish diaspora in America. Ultimately, the impact of a Biden presidency on Ireland's economic policies will depend on the balance between his tax proposals and his personal affinity for Ireland. While his tax plans could pose challenges for Ireland's economic model, Biden's Irish roots and commitment to the peace process may lead to a more nuanced approach that preserves the close economic ties between the two countries. What role might the Good Friday Agreement play in Biden's economic policies towards Ireland? The Good Friday Agreement is likely to play a significant role in shaping Biden's economic policies towards Ireland. Biden views the agreement as a major foreign policy achievement of the US and is committed to preserving it. During his visit to Northern Ireland, Biden is expected to discuss how the US can support the region's economic potential. He may offer increased US investment as a reward for maintaining the Brexit deal and the Good Friday Agreement. Biden sees economic opportunity and peace as going hand in hand in Northern Ireland. He will urge politicians to restore the power-sharing government, arguing that democracy needs champions and that Northern Ireland's future economic prosperity is in their hands. The president will also emphasize the strong partnership between the US and Ireland and the importance of the Irish diaspora in America. However, Biden's proposed 21% minimum tax rate on American firms' overseas profits could pose challenges for Ireland's low corporate tax rate, which has been a major draw for US companies. Ultimately, Biden's personal connection to Ireland and his commitment to the Good Friday Agreement will likely lead to a nuanced approach that balances economic concerns with preserving the hard-won peace in Northern Ireland. He will aim to support the region's economic growth while ensuring the agreement remains intact. How might a Trump presidency influence Ireland's economic policies? A Trump presidency could have several significant impacts on Ireland's economic policies. Corporate taxation. Trump's proposed 21% minimum tax rate on American firms' overseas profits could undermine Ireland's 12.5% corporate tax rate, which has been a major factor in attracting hundreds of US companies to establish operations in the country. However, Trump's Irish heritage and personal connection to the country may temper the impact of his tax proposals. Trade relations. Trump's protectionist policies and support for Brexit could negatively impact Ireland's export-driven economy. Increased trade barriers and economic uncertainty could arise from Trump's willingness to pursue protectionist policies and his skepticism of international institutions and multilateral cooperation, foreign direct investment. The uncertainty surrounding Trump's policies could lead to a slowdown in decision-making from potential US investors in Ireland. However, the Irish economy has remained strong, and there has yet to be a significant impact on US investment flows into the country. Economic sentiment. The protectionist nature of Trump's policy agenda is a concern for Ireland because of the open export orientation of its economy and the importance of the US as a trading partner. Diversification of export markets. With increased uncertainty regarding future trading conditions, Ireland may need to prioritize diversifying its export markets beyond the US and the UK, which is already impacted by Brexit. In summary, while a Trump presidency could pose challenges for Ireland's economic model, particularly in terms of corporate taxation and trade relations, the country's strong economic fundamentals and the personal connection between Trump and Ireland may help mitigate some of the potential negative impacts. Interesting times are waiting for us, guys. Stay on the channel, subscribe, like, and see you soon.